Have you ever wondered what the heck this rhino is doing here in my background? The rhino is here because that's what I am to you. I am here to protect you. Big, strong rhino, protecting women, making sure men don't walk all over you and treat you poorly. And that's what today's video is. 5 behaviors you should never tolerate in a man. Let's get into it. I'm Mike Goldstein of Easy Dating Coach, the most efficient dating coach on earth. 5 behaviors you should not tolerate. Number uno, a man that cheats. This one's obvious. If he cheats on you, the heck out of there. It's no good. Number 2, let's stay on the obvious train. Mental, physical abuse. We do not accept that. Get out. Leave. Number 3, long-term red flags. I want to start with the easy stuff and then get a little more complicated. Easy stuff, a man that's addicted to alcohol, drugs, porn, eating disorder, any sort of addiction. Now, I want to stay on the addicted to alcohol. Some of the women I speak to have dealt with alcoholics. What happens? You could be the greatest woman in the universe, right? And you could have a date planned or you could have something. This guy, no matter what you have going on, since he's an alcoholic, is going to choose alcohol over you because he's addicted. And obviously, every woman watching this wants to be priority number 1. The alcoholic, alcohol's number 1, and maybe you're number 2. So with this example, alcohol is a pretty easy one, I would think, to decide to leave someone. But any time that anything becomes priority number 1 over you, perhaps this man's not right for you. Now, of course, there could be exceptions at times, like maybe something, drastic is happening at work or children or some sort of responsibility that becomes temporarily number 1. But ultimately, if he doesn't see you as the most important thing in his life, that should not be acceptable and you should not tolerate it. Number 4 is a pattern of hurtful lies. Now, most people have minor lies here and there. If you say to your guy, man, I love your dad bod, as he puts on a few extra pounds, and you're just being nice, maybe you're lying a little bit, that's okay. If this guy, you catch him in a lie, that's a little sketchy, it's a big red flag. If he does it once and you talk through it, maybe that's something you can get over. But if this is a pattern of a man that is a liar, and it happens 2-3 times, do not tolerate this. That is unacceptable. All right, number 5 is a man who does manipulation or games. This is something you should not tolerate. I remember listening to this pickup artist who said, in a relationship, whoever cares the least has the most power. I want to say this again. It resonated. Whoever cares the least has the most power. It resonated to me not as a good thing, but it just stuck with me because it is true. But it's so unhealthy. So let me care less so that I have the power. That sounds like an awful way to go about life. Sounds like you'll never truly get intimate with this person. You'll always be this far away instead of being vulnerable with each other, instead of building a real foundation, instead of showing your heart, showing them a piece of yourself. That's not a relationship. That's like 2 people, that decide to be together-ish. That's not real. And honestly, I think for most of the women watching this, if you had that type of relationship, you would get turned off because you're like, I can't get to this guy. It's not showing me who he is. I'm not interested. I want someone who's, really showing me who they are. Now, let me give you an example of how men kind of do this lack of effort thing, this manipulation. It goes back to kind of like swingers. When are you going to text her? Oh, 3 days, 5 days, whatever. Men do this that are playing games. If they get your phone number, if they go on a date, or maybe you've been on multiple dates, they're like, ooh, I'll wait 3 days. I'll wait a week. And they're testing you. He's going to see if I waited all this time, I wait 5 days, a week, and then I ask her on a date, does she still jump at the date? And maybe because you're a great person and you're a nice person and you like this person, maybe you say yes. But you take a mental note of it. Like, when in the past, when someone's been crazy about me, they're usually reaching out to me consistently and they're moving things along a little faster. Does this guy like me that much? Let's go on one more date and then see what he does after that. Do I hear from him within 48 hours of that date? Or is it once again a long time? And so maybe you're going about your business and you've got some other things happening. Or maybe you still have all your eggs in this basket with a guy that's showing up, after 72 or more hours after a date. Maybe he's got other things going on. A guy that's focused on you, that likes you. Are you kidding me? He's not waiting 72 hours or more. That's insane. If he thinks you're Cindy Crawford and he's got a shot at you, you think he's not going to call Cindy Crawford? And if he doesn't see you as his Cindy Crawford, why the heck would you want this bum? That's freaking nuts. The guy that you're going to end up with is freaking nuts about you and thinks you're amazing and wants to get to you, wants to lock you down before some other schmuck gets you. I got a question for you. Put this in the comments. And remind me what the question is, because I always forget what I ask in these things. Do you get so freaking turned off when a man doesn't show up for 72 hours after a date when you thought it was a good date, doesn't text you, call you, set up the next date? Do you get turned off? Or do you just kind of accept it? For me and for this video, I think that becomes something you should not tolerate. But I'm wondering what you do and what you've done in the past. And there's no judgment. I've done so many things wrong, so even if you have, share it. We're all learning. For the record, I've got engaged and we broke up. We all make mistakes. So let me know what you think and what happened. Anyway, thank you for watching. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you hadn't. And if you're already subscribed, ding the bell so you get notified when I put out videos. And we'll put more content up there and there so you can watch some more of all of you.